Two of my favorite horror narrators in the same video. Spooked has finally collabed with Nightmare Files. I knew it was a matter of time. Both these guys are extremely talented, and they got a couple of stories for us today we're going to react to. Make sure to subscribe to both their channels, you guys. Links will be in the description, and let's get into this reaction.
My name is Brendan, and this happened on New Year's Eve of 2010. Me and my friends were planning on going to a party. We heard it was going to be a massive party by a giant house near the lake.
New Year's? Heck yeah.
We were all stoked, but the requirements for getting in were to bring drinks.
Of course.
This was no problem since we were all in college, and one of my friends was over 21.
Okay.
So we pulled up to the liquor store and bought a crate of beer. We arrived at the counter, and the cashier asked us if we were planning to get absolutely hammered tonight or what. He seemed like a cool guy though a bit older and bald.
Alright.
Us being college boys, we said that was exactly our plan.
Right.
Then the guy asked where the party was, to which we replied that it was a giant house party by the lake. The guy told us to have fun, and we thanked him, and all said goodbye.
The way that went down is kind of weird,
it's time to pull up to the party. We arrived at the house.
Huge house.
It's a massive, mansion-like log cabin with a giant deck in the backyard leading to the lake.
That's
we showed the bouncer the beer crate, and he lets us in. Once inside, there were a bunch of people, most of them being people from our college.
Big party.
The party was awesome. I had only a couple of beers because I didn't want to get completely wasted for the countdown.
Right.
Suddenly, a girl storms into the main room, shouting who Brendan was. I walked towards her, saying it was me, and asking her what the problem was. She then proceeds to tell me that one of my buddies tried to grab her friend and force her into a room upstairs.
What?
I asked her what my alleged friend looked like, to which she replied it was some 30-year-old bald guy.
Oh my
That's when
God.
it all clicked. And we both went upstairs to see if he was still there. We opened the bedroom door, and sure enough, no one was there. We enter the room and quickly look around to see if he's not hiding anywhere.
How did he get in?
I explained to her
without
who this guy was,
he might have just
to which she completely freaks out.
Wow.
After calming her down though, she tells me that her friend was now downstairs and fine.
Okay.
But never to disclose the whereabouts of a party to anyone I didn't know, even the vaguest details. We both make our way out of the room.
Right.
As soon as I'm in the hallway though, I suddenly hear the door slam behind me. I look back, and sure enough, the girl I was talking to disappeared. I then heard muffled screaming.
Oh my God. Good
So
Lord,
I instantly tried opening the door. It was locked. I quickly get my friends downstairs, and together we slam ourselves onto the door.
Stress.
The door breaks open, and that's when we all see him. He's completely naked, still desperately trying to grab onto the girl who kept fighting him back.
God.
Upon seeing us though, he immediately runs out to the window. I quickly call him out, and upon turning around to see me, he quickly makes up his mind and jumps off the window. We get to the window and see him running into the woods. The girl tells us he was hiding under the bed, which we hadn't checked. We all sort of stood in shock, telling ourselves that the guy was seriously twisted. But at least now, we knew he was gone for good for the rest of the night.
Holy crap.
We eventually went back to the same liquor store to find it closed, so there was no way of tracking the guy.
So he was the owner? Oh my God, dude. That is ridiculous. Just off of a
In
purchase.
December of 2006, I was 15 years old at the time. I had an extreme fear of the dark.
Okay.
While laying in bed, I would always cover my mirror, or I'd face the opposite side of the room that my mirror was on.
When I was a kid,
I
I
would
was
also
like that.
make sure that I didn't stare at any dark corners of my room.
I didn't like
along
to
with my
imagine
closet,
stuff, you know.
which was very dark space that I couldn't help but face because it was on the opposite side of the room from my mirror.
Sure.
The next thing was that if I look in the mirror from my bed, I could see my closet. So one night, for some reason, I decided that I wanted to get over my fear of the dark.
Okay.
When I went to bed, I didn't cover up my mirror, didn't put my head under the covers, nor did I face the opposite side of the room from my mirror. I laid down, turned my lamp off, and stared at my mirror. Then I guess I fell asleep. When I woke up, I was looking at my door.
Trying to get over
and
that
I
fear.
panned my eyes over to my mirror.
Right.
And to my surprise, there was someone standing in the darkness of my closet that I saw in the mirror.
Oh my God, dude.
I fumbled to turn on my lamp,
That had
and I
to be
looked
your
at my closet,
imagination,
but no
right?
one was there.
Yeah.
I told my parents what happened. For some reason, they said it was my imagination, my 15-year-old imagination.
If you
I guess.
worried,
I told them that I
psychologically,
wasn't
it can
3
mess
years old,
with
and I
you.
know what I saw.
Right.
A week later, I got up in the middle of the night to use the bathroom, and I looked in the mirror, surprisingly seeing the same dark figure in my mirror.
But it's
But
in
he
the
was
mirror,
closer
though,
to my
right?
bed, a lot closer. I ran screaming out of my room and told my parents again. I told them that there's no way that I will sleep in my room again. So my
Wow.
father said he was sleeping there starting the next night, in which I pleaded for him not to do it. Of course,
You were
he
worried
didn't
about your
listen
dad.
and went anyway.
Right.
The first few nights, there was nothing happening. My father didn't understand what scared me, but
Okay.
insisted that I never go in the room again. I go in there and grab anything that I needed. One night, my parents were placing more gifts under our Christmas tree, while
Okay.
joking about the so-called monster in my room, as my father says.
Sure.
This whole time while he slept in my room, I slept in his with my mother, but I was on the
Alright.
floor. We all watched the movie and went to bed like usual.
Uh-huh.
But my mother and I watched the Grinch movie, and that's when I guess I dozed off.
This is a good old dad. Oh my God, dude! It scared
My
the
mother and
hell
I
out of me.
startled hearing my father scream like that. We both ran
He
into
saw
my
something.
room. My father was grabbing
God.
his left arm and the left side of his chest area. At the same time, he was pointing at the mirror with a startled look.
You
My
saw
mother
something
screamed
too.
for me to call 911, in which I ran to another room to call. When I came back, my mother was crying uncontrollably, and my father wasn't moving anymore.
Oh my
His
God.
eyes were wide open,
He had a
in
heart
the
attack.
direction of the mirror, just stuck on it. My father passed away from a massive heart attack. After that night, my uncles and grandparents helped us move out because we didn't want to stay there anymore.
Oh my
My
God.
grandfather found a journal on the nightstand next to my bed. I never put it there. My mother looked at it and said it was my father's handwriting.
Okay.
What we didn't know was that my father kept a log for every night that he slept in my room. He mentioned that he saw someone in the mirror, and every night
Oh.
he would get closer to the point that the dark figure was standing over the bed.
Oh my God.
He just didn't tell anyone because he didn't want to scare us. I really don't know what to think, honestly.
Wow.
Is this my fault that he's dead? I know
No.
our Christmas that year
No,
was not
absolutely
joyful
not.
as we wanted it to be.
Dude. What a good dad to like camp out in his kid's room to try to disprove what was going on instead of just like, son, you crazy, go to sleep. You know what I mean? A lot of parents do that because they dismiss the fears that their children have, that it's just nothing, you know? Man, and the poor guy died. There actually was something. You know, whether it's something that that scared him or something supernatural or the combination of the two, something anomalous happened to him, you know? I guess we'll never know. Oh, God, but that jump scare at the end. Nightmare Files and Spooked, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure to subscribe to both these guys, as well as some reaction videos that I've done from them. Thanks so much for watching. As always, this is Zueljin signing off. We'll see you next time.